सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। Dakshinamurti Stotram, prayer verses. The fourth verse. Nidhaye sarva vidyanam vishade bhavaroginam gurave sarva lokanam dakshinamurtaye namaha. The prayer verses which we are seeing written by other acharyas for Dakshinamurti Stotram, we chant prayer to that. Different acharyas have given these verses the description of Dakshinamurti is given in these verses. Dakshinamurti is Adi Guru, the first teacher, who is none other than the form of Lord Shiva. What type of Dakshinamurti he is? The previous three verses we saw. The one who stays under the banyan tree, and the Sanakas and Nandanas were the Sishyas learning Brahma Vidya from Dakshinamurti, and who is facing the south represents the time principle Yamadharmaraja. Once you worship Dakshinamurti, you also can be free from that fear of death, the time principle. And he keeps the Chinmudra also, which represents Jnanam, disidentification with the three bodies. Shariratraya vilakshanaha aham Jivatma Paramatma eva is that Chinmudra represents. So Dakshinamurti showing the Chinmudra. Vatavitapi Samipe Bhumi Bhage Nishannam. All Sakala Munijananam Jnanadata. He is the giver of knowledge for all rishis. And that Dakshinamurti is Sarva Vidyanam Nidhi, treasure house of all types of sciences or knowledge. Vishaje Bhavaroginam, he is the remover of samsara disease. Bhavaroga means samsara disease. Samsara disease means Janana, Marana, Vyadhi, Jara, etc. All these called samsara, physical level. And Raga, Dvesha, Kama, Krodhas at mental level. Shoka, Moha, mental level. Ashana, Pipasa at prana level. All these put together samsara. This samsara is Bhavaroga. That Bhavaroga, the one who is the destroyer, is like a doctor. Vishaje, to that doctor like Dakshinamurti, who cure my samsara disease, because he gives Atma Vidya. Once Atma Vidya, Atma Jnanam comes, automatically Ajnanam is the roga karanam will go away. So Ajnanam is the main cause, disease for all other symptoms. Every disease has got its own symptoms. What is the disease means you cannot explain the disease. Disease that which has got many symptoms of its own. Diabetes has got its own symptoms and asthma has got its own symptoms. Any other disease has got its own symptoms. Through those symptoms you recognize this is the disease. Similarly, samsara is a disease which has got its own symptoms. What are those symptoms? All the three levels, Sharira level, Mano level, Prana level, all those diseases. Vyadhi, Jara, Marana, Shoka, Raga, Moha, all these mental level, all these are the symptoms. All these symptoms, only when they come, only we recognize we have a problem. We face the pain and lot of struggle in our life. These are the consequences. Otherwise, you cannot know what is samsara. Samsara, its sequences, consequences are this. All these consequences are coming because of one disease that is called ignorance. Dakshinamurti is one who removes our ignorance. And all these diseases, symptoms also will go away. Gurave Sarvalokanam. He is not the Guru only to Sanakasa Nandanas, but Sarvalokanam, for all people, he is the Guru. For all lokas and all people, he is the Guru. To such Dakshinamurti, Dakshinamurtaye Namaha. My salutations to him. Now we'll enter to the 5th verse. Slowly we'll read together. Om Namah Pranavarthaya Shuddha Jnanaika Murtaye Nirmalaya Prashantaya Dakshinamurtaye Namaha. Dakshinamurtaye. To Dakshinamurti, my salutations, who is now all are presented in 4th case again here. Namaha Pranavarthaya Shuddha Jnanaika Murtaye Om Namaha. Pranavarthaya, Dakshinamurti is one who is none other than Pranavaha, the one who is teaching the meaning of Pranava, Pranava Arthaya, Pranavarthaya. Pranava means Omkara. Another name of Omkara is Pranavaha. Prakarshena Nuyate, Jnayate, or which reveals. Pranava is that which reveals Brahman. Pranava, Omkara, we know, we saw in the Mandukya Upanishad, Akara, Ukara, put together Okara and Makara, Om comes. And each letter represents one form of Ishvara, Virat, Hiranyagarbha and Antaryami. Virat represents Akara, Pradhama Pada of Omkara. That Virat represents gross universe, Sthula Prapancha. And Ukara, Dvitiya Pada, Ukara of that Omkara represents Hiranyagarbha, the subtle universe, which is created by that Paramatma. Then Makara represents Antaryami, the 3rd Pada, Akara, Ukara, Makara, Sthula, Sukshma, Karana Prapancha. Antaryami represents Karana Prapancha, which Karana Prapancha is the cause for the Sthula and Sukshma Prapancha. Why it is called Karana Prapancha? Karanam for other two Prapanchas, Sthula and Sukshma. That is why Karana Prapancha. Why is called Antaryami? Karana Prapancha alone is called Antaryami. Antah stitva yamayati. The one who remains inside the Hiranyagarbha, one who resides inside the Virat, yamayati, controls. Therefore, first Akara Virat is Karya Prapancha. Ukara Hiranyagarbha is also Karya Prapancha. These two Karyams are born out of Antaryami, the Karana Ishvara. So whenever we chant Om, many times we say Om. But we have to remember Om represents Bhagavan, who is the creator, who is the sustainer, who is the destroyer in the form of Virat, Hiranyagarbha and Ishvara. That Omkara represents Pranavarthaya. So Bhagavan, another name is Om or Pranavaha. Here another important step is further. After Om, Pranava, silence is there. Om, silence. That silence is called Turiyam. That Turiyam is known as Chaitanyam. Shuddha Jnanaika Murtaye represents Shuddha Chaitanyam. Turiya Atma, fourth pada. Karya Karana Vilakshana Turiya Atma. Karya Karana Vilakshana. Not either Virat or Hiranyagarbha or Antaryami. They are only Veshams of Turiya Atma Chaitanyam. One Turiya Atma Chaitanyam appears as Virat, Hiranyagarbha and Ishvara. In which Virat, Hiranyagarbha, Ishvara, Vishwa Tejasa Prajnas are included. Vyashti is included in Samashti. So that Turiya Atma is Shuddham, pure consciousness. Suddha Jnanam, Jnana Ekamurtaye, Turiyam, that reveals Brahman. Shuddha Jnanam, Chaitanyam, Turiya Chaitanyam, Ekam Murtaye, that is the only one real nature of Dakshinamurti. Shuddha Jnana means that is Ekamurtaye, to that Murti, the form, which is Ekamurti, only one form for Dakshinamurti, real form. Shuddha Chaitanyam Eva Eka Murtihi Yasya. Shuddha Chaitanyam Eva Eka Murtihi. That alone is the one real form. That means what? All other previous three forms are Antaryami, Hiranyagarbha, Virat. They are not real forms. They are only unreal. But people cannot grasp that unless they cross over these three forms. Vishwa, Virat or Hiranyagarbha Taijasa and Prajna Ishvara. Once you understand all these padas, then only you understand Turiya Atma, which is the substratum of all the three bodies and three worlds. Therefore, Shuddha Jnanam, pure consciousness. तुरीय आत्मा, कार्य कारण विलक्षण तुरीय आत्म चैतन्यम एव मूर्ति, एका मूर्ति, दैट अलोन इज हिज रियल फॉर्म. नमः दक्षिणामूर्तये शुद्धज्ञानैकमूर्तये दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः. दक्षिणामूर्ति रियल फॉर्म इज शुद्धज्ञानम चैतन्यम without any nama rupa. Once you come to nama rupa, it is not shuddham. That means Virat Hiranyagarbha is sthula nama rupa, sukshma nama rupa. Karana Ishvara also, all nama rupas are in potential form, in Karana Prapancha. Therefore, nama rupa vilakshanam ityarthaha. Then Nirmalaya Prashantaya Namaha. Nirmalaya, the one who is pure. Nirmalaya. Shuddham Shivam ityarthaha. Nirmalaya means the one who is not bound by the time and space. Desha Kala Atitaha. Once you come within time, within space, there are all 6 vikaras. Asti jayate, varthate, vipranamate, apakshiyate. All vikarams will be there. That time you cannot call it is nirmalam. Malarahitam. Nirmalam, malarahitam. You cannot say. Therefore, desha kala aparichinnaha dakshinamurti nirmalaha. To that dakshinamurti nirmalaya. Then prashantaya, prashanta swarupam. Shanta swarupam in Mandukya 7th mantra we saw Shantam Shivam Advaitam. Shanta Swarupam. There is no any disturbance. Pure existence, in pure consciousness, there is no any disturbance, no gradations. That's why Shantam, ever tranquil, ever tranquil. Prashantaya, Shantam Shivam, that word you can remember. Dakshinamurtaye Namaha. Now we go to the last verse, 6th verse. We will chant. Ishvaro Gururatmeti Murti Bheda Vibhagine Vyomavad Vyapta Dehaya Dakshinamurtaye Namaha. This is the favorite verse of Dayananda Swamiji. Whenever he starts his talks, first verse he chants this. Not in this tune, just in slow volume, especially early morning classes or evening also. Ishvaro Gururatmeti. Swamiji gives gap. Murti Bheda Vibhagine Vyomavad Vyapta Dehaya Dakshinamurtaye Namaha. Like that Swamiji chant. Because this verse includes everything. This verse is composed by Sureshwaracharya in his Manasollasa Vartikam. I said in the introductory class, Sureshwaracharya, who is one of the disciples of Shankaracharya, wrote Vartikam, verses forms on Dakshinamurti, that for one Vishwam Darpana Drishyamana Nagari, first shloka which we are going to enter, on that he wrote 30 slokas, 30 verses. you want more elaboration of Dakshinamurti, you can listen my talks on website Manasollasa talks. I consider Dakshinamurti Stotram written by the Shankaracharya, it is like a Upanishad. It is like a Upanishad, if you consider that. Then Sureshwaracharya's Vartikam is like a commentary upon that Upanishad, Dakshinamurti. It's not a Upanishad. The entire Shankaracharya summarizing the entire Upanishadic teaching in Dakshinamurti Stotra. Upon that, Sureshwaracharya has written Vartikam, means a commentary. For one verse, Dakshinamurti, 30 verses he has written. Imagine how much explanation he has given for one shloka. That is why Manasollasa is like a PhD text. I took in Kesari High School long before. But you can listen on website, it is available. But elaborately, you get more clarity. So now this verse, Sureshwaracharya says, many Dakshinamurti Stotram books, they don't include this shloka. There are only 5 prayer verses. So this is included, we are including this shloka also. What this shloka tells us, one Dakshinamurti alone is in the form of Guruhu Atma, Ishvaraha. Ishvaraha Guruhu Atma means what? One Dakshinamurti alone puts the Vesham of what Vesham? Ishvaraha. Paramatma Vesham, number 1. Vesham number 1. One Turiya Atma, whom we are seeing as here Dakshinamurti, is appearing as Antaryami Ishvaraha, as creator, as the destroyer and sustainer. That is what God means, generator, operator, destroyer, Ishvaraha. Ishvaraha means Ish, to rule, to control. The one who rules, the one who controls the entire universe by creating, by sustaining, by destroying. That is the control. Therefore, Ishvaraha. Bhagavan himself appeared as the creator, therefore Ishvaraha. Then Bhagavan himself, Guruhu, he appears as the Guru, here Dakshinamurti, in the form of Dakshinamurti, Guruhu. First teacher, first Guru, he is in the form of Guru. Then Atma iti. Atma means Jivatma, the student who is sitting in the class. The Guru is one who is teaching about that Atma Vidya, Brahma Vidya. Ishvaraha Guruhu Atma iti Murti Bheda, 3 forms. Murti means forms. Dakshinamurti is in the form of Ishvara Vesha, Guru Vesha and Jivatma, the student Vesha. Guru is Guru when there is a student. Student is a student when there is a Guru. Only standpoint. So Guru and Sishya both are Paramatma only. Bhagavan himself has given the creation in front of us, and he himself has given the way out also, how to come out of this samsara. After creating entire thing, Bhagavan himself became the Guru to help the Sishyas, the Jivatmas, to come out of that samsara. To come out of that samsara by becoming a Guru, he helps the Jivatmas to come out of that samsara. Which is samsara? This Jagat. So, Bhagavan alone is Ishvaraha, Bhagavan alone is the Guru, Bhagavan alone is the Sishya also. If you remember Aitareya Upanishad, our problem is when we go to the next text, we forget the previous text. If you remember at least at that time of topic comes, if you remember that topic comes, this I connect to the Aitareya Upanishad. One Paramatma alone comes as Jivatma. Let me become as Jivatma, and Jivatma has to recognize that I am Paramatma. Whole thing is looking like a drama. Drama only. This is only a show is going on. If you know it is a show. When you are seeing the movie on the screen, as long as you remember it is a movie, you enjoy. It is an entertainment. Suppose you forget it is a movie and become one with that movie. You have forgotten you are watching and you become one with that character and you start crying. Something happens in your heart. It is only a cinema, it is only a movie. Why I have to feel? I should not take it too much into my core personality. Slight feelings may come. When tragic scene comes, sadness comes, and comedy scene comes, you may laugh at it. Both will happen. But they should not go intense core of your personality and sit there itself. After switching off also, you go on worrying about that heroine, suppose. Then that is a problem. Yes or no? While looking at it, there is some type of emotional feelings arise naturally. But you yourself recover immediately. Oh, this is movie only. But you don't carry that feelings you are not supposed to carry. But the movie scenes you are not supposed to carry out throughout the day, throughout the week, throughout the month. If you carry, what will happen? There is something problem in earth. If I carry the movie serial characters as real, suppose that person is not killing, this person is going to try to kill, to destroy. So we are trying to that. Like that, here also, in real life also, everything is like a movie, but only Jnani knows that. Wise person knows that. Ajnani do not know that. That's why he becomes one with these characters, wife, husband, brother, father, mother. Become one with that and cry. Struggle. Shastra says no need. But we say this is the only real. What to do? What to do? The Guru has to come and tell, watch this also as a movie. That is why Shuddha Chaitanyam Aham, the witness consciousness. I am not disturbed by the body-mind complex. That's why the Guru has to come and remind the student, Ishvaro Gururatmeti Murti Bheda Vibhagini. Dakshinamurti is one who is classified into three forms, Ishvara, Guru and Jivatma, Sishya. How Where is he? Vyomavat vyaptaha dehaya. Deha means his body is pervading all over like a space. Vyoma means space. Vyomavat, like the space. Vyapta dehaya, he pervades the entire universe. Vyomava vyapta dehaya, to such the body, whose body is like space, all pervading, which can pervade everywhere, only Atma Chaitanya. That's why Vyomavat vyapta dehaha. To such Dakshinamurti Dehaya Namaha, my salutations. With this, all the prayer verses are over. When you sit for meditation every day, as a contemplation if you do, you can chant these dhyana shlokas. These are dhyana shlokas on Dakshinamurti. We can take. Dhyana shlokas are always meant for contemplation, nididhyasanam. For that nididhyasanam, these dhyana shlokas, if you remember the whole Dakshinamurti, word by word meaning, as you are meditating upon that meaning, it becomes a nididhyasanam. That's why they are called prayer verses. Prayer as well as nididhyasana included. Even Dakshinamurti, all 10 verses which we are going to see, they are all nididhyasana shlokas. They are not meant for Shravanam actually. Those who have completed Bhagavad Gita study and completed Upanishadic studies, minimum 5-6 Upanishads, maximum 10 Upanishads. Whoever gone through that, what you have to say, graduation and post-graduation. Bhagavad Gita is like a graduation. Upanishad study is like a post-graduation. Shravanam, Mananam, over. Then this text serves like a nididhyasanam. Nididhyasanam, contemplation, the third step of Jnana Yoga. PhD course in Artham. So Dakshinamurti Stotram, to understand, you require the background of Bhagavad Gita Upanishadic knowledge. Then you can enjoy thoroughly this stotram. It is not just stotram. Ashtakam, they call it as Ashtakam. Dakshinamurti Ashtakam they have written here, but it is not Ashtakam. You correct it. It is a stotram. Because Ashtakam means there must be only 8 verses. In Ashtakam there are 8 verses. Some printing mistake. Dakshinamurti Ashtakam, Dakshinamurti Stotram. Now we will chant this verse together slowly, because it is already familiar verse to all of you. Vishvam darpana drishyamana nagari tulyam nijantargatam pasyannatmani mayaya bahirimodbhutam yatha nidraya yat sakshat kurute prabodha samaye Swatmanameva dvayam tasmai Shri Gurumurtaye namayidam Shri Dakshinamurtaye. Even though we were chanting from long time, why After long study, only we are studying the meaning of this shlokas. Once you look into the words, you understand why we have taken this at the last PhD course like. Once you study only all the verses, you understand why. Now I cannot describe that also. So each shloka is having a lot of depth. So the entire Upanishad is summarized here. So you require the foundation. And you have to remember the previous past foundation course. Foundation course in the foundation. Then only you construct a building. That building is called Dakshinamurti Stotram building. You can construct on the basic foundation of knowledge. Like they want to go to higher studies. Nowadays for any study they have to write exams. Really we have all escaped from that. Now present students, really we have to feel very pity of them. GMAT, CAT, something they are writing. What are all things they are writing? CAT, RAT, MAT, something they are writing. Or to go to higher studies, entrance exams. Like that they study and they are selected then only for their higher study. To go to IIT, either in Chennai IIT or Bombay IIT or Kharagpur IIT, how much preparation. In the 9th standard itself they start that course. 9th standard, 10th, 11th, 12th they prepare for IIT 4 years before. With compared to those studies, Brahma Vidya is easy. This course is very simple. Correct? Like that we are also having some type of small test. What is that test? Swamiji named it as Om Act. O-M-A-C-T. Om Act. What is that Om Act? I will tell you later. Now let us see the first lesson of foundation is this. Atma Anatma Viveka. Atma Anatma is the Viveka, discriminative knowledge between Atma and Anatma is the foundation. Foundation lesson. What do you mean by Atma? What do you mean by Anatma? Atma means the subject, the observer, the experiencer. That is called Atma. I, the subject, the observer, the experiencer, and the Atma. Anatma means that which is not the subject, that which is not an object, that which is not the experiencer is called Anatma. That's all. Atma, Anatma. Subject, object. Experiencer, experienced. Observer, observed. This is called Atma, Anatma, Viveka. That whatever I experience in the world, everything in the world, that is called object. I, the experiencer, am the subject. Whatever is experienced by me in the world is object. So, subject, object. Only two things are there in the world, nothing else. Only two things, subject, object. Experiencer, experienced. Observer I and observed objects. Show me any other third thing. Third entity, can you show me? No. Only Atma and Anatma. Only two are there. This is the first lesson. Now the second lesson is, what is the relationship between Atma and Anatma? What is the relationship? Sambandha. Atma, Anatma, Sambandha. The Sambandha is Satya Mithya Sambandha. I, the Atma, the subject, am that real Satyam, truth. Whatever I experience, the object is Mithya. Satya Mithya Sambandha. Real and unreal relation. Satya Mithya Sambandha. Satya Anruta Sambandha or Satya Mithya Sambandha. So this is the second lesson. What is the first lesson? Atma, I am the subject, and whatever experience is object. So, subject-object viveka. Now I have got it. Then second knowledge, what I have to get is, this I, the Atma, the subject, and when I say I, the Atma means who? Higher I or lower I? Higher I. Don't take you staying in so and so street in Mylapore. Okay. I means Panchakosha Vilakshanaha Atma. I means Shariratraya Vilakshana Atma. I, the subject, am real and the object is unreal. Therefore, Satya Mithya Sambandha is there. Now, next lesson, whatever I see is object. What are all those objects? Now you have to understand. Only world, experienced in world alone is object, or there are any other, some more objects? Under these objects, what are all there? You have to know, important very. Body also comes under object. Mind is also comes under object, Anatma. Body is also Anatma, object. Mind is also Anatma, object. Sense organs are also Anatma, object. Including your thoughts in the mind also Anatma, object. Including the blankness in that sleep also Anatma, object only. That's why you say, I experienced blankness in the sleep. Na kinchid avedisham, you say. I do not know anything, you say, after waking up. That blankness is also experienced by you, therefore Anatma. Other than Atma, everything is Anatma. Body, mind, sense organs, thoughts in the mind, even blankness, all come under Anatma. This is a big list, Anatma list. Therefore, I am the subject, the witness, consciousness. Aham and idam. Two words in Sanskrit they say, I and this. This body, this mind, these sense organs, you say this world. I am means this. Or that. If it is far, that. If it is near, this. Aham and I am. And it is the Strilinga, Napumsakalinga also there. Idam, I am, iyam. Whatever it may be, linga different, but objects. Whatever is this, that, it, all are objects. I, the subject, am aham. Aham idam. Aham idam. But what happens, instead of seeing idam as an object, mamedam, later it leads to mama idam. But in puja and yajna, yagas and all, idam namama, idam namama. In sankalpa, when they are offering everything, this is not mine, this is not mine, idam namama, we say, but without knowing the meaning. Every yajamana has to say, idam namama, this is not mine, this is not mine. That means what? Everything anatma. But we are forgetting about that, not implementing into our life. Mama idam, mama idam, mama idam. Na mama, instead of saying na mama, it's not mine, we are saying what? Aham idam, mamedam. I am this is mine, this is mine, this is mine. Instead of saying this is not mine, we are saying this is mine. Shankaracharya writes in Brahma Sutra, Adhyasa Bhashyam, the beginning, Ahamidam mamedam naisargikoyam loka vyavaharaha. Adhyasa comes because of this mindness. I belong to them, they belong to me. Both samsara, first picture starts, first scene anartham. Then that first scene leads to many scenes and becomes serious and later. All scenes leads to seriousness. What to do? So Guru has to come and help us. Then we have to understand the features of Anatma, the features of Atma. Atma, Anatma, we have understood. Atma is subject, Anatma is object. Body, mind, sense organs all come under object. I, the Atma, am Satyam. Then what? Anatma, the object is not Satyam, Mithya. Because it lends existence from me, the subject. I, the subject, am there alone. I can talk about the existence of flower. I lend existence to this flower. Otherwise, who will? Flower cannot say, I am rose flower. Yes? Can flower say, I am rose flower, that too paneer rose flower and liked by all people? Can paneer rose claim that I am paneer rose? But you, the human being, what? Somebody has to come and lend existence to you. I, the human being, I am conscious of. I know that I am human being. That's why I lend existence to this. Clear? That is why it is mithya. Object of experience. That is why drishyatvam. First feature of Anatma is drishyatvam. This we saw 5 features of Anatma. Drishyatvam, object. Om start from here. Om act, I said, no? Wo object. Drishyatvam. Objectivity. Objectiveness. Drishyatvam. Anatma is that which has got objectiveness or drishyatvam. Anatma. Number 2, bhautikatvam. It is made out of matter. All objects in the world, what you see, made out of matter, prakriti. Your body is also made out of matter. Sense organs made out of matter. Mind is also made out of matter. Thoughts are also made out of matter. Even blankness is also made out of matter. All of made out of matter. Therefore, matter in their nature. All anatma padarthas are all matter in their nature, therefore doesn't matter. That is called bhautikatvam. Bhautika means materialist, material. Then third one is attributes, sagunatvam. All anatma objects have attributes, gunas, sattva, rajas, tamo gunas. colors, forms, height, weight, every object, either gross forms, gross colors, or subtle forms, subtle colors, whatever may be, Rupa, Varna, they are having attributes, Sagunatvam, attributedness. Attributes are there. This is the third feature of Anatma. Very important. These are all basic lessons. If you grasp these basic lessons, only you can understand Mahavakya thoroughly. The whole Dakshinamurti Stotram is Mahavakya. Sagunatvam. So first one is what? Drishyatvam. Second one is what? Bhautikatvam. Third one is what? Sagunatvam. So O, M, A. Over. And fourth one. Every anatma, every object in the world is of a changing nature. Changes. Changing nature. It has got. That is why C. O-M-A-C. Changing. If you have any doubt, take one object. Is this object is changing or not? Do analysis. Do some practical examination. Yes, it is changing. All vikaras are there. Fifth one. Every anatma has got vikara. Modifications are there. That is changing nature. Savikaratvam. Changing nature. Then the final last one is first one Drishyatvam, second one is Bhautikatvam, third one is Sagunatvam, fourth one is Savikaratvam, fifth one is Agamapayitvam. It has got arrival and departure. Every object in the world comes and goes, including your body, including your mind, sense organs. All of them have got temporary existence. Once it has got ayaram, gayaram, ananartham, not nityam, but anityam, temporary. So O-M-A-C-T, Om act course. Drishyatvam, Bhautikatvam, Sagunatvam, Savikaratvam, Agamapayitvam. 5 features are related to Anatma. Clear? Clear. What about your body? Om act. It has got objectivity, material in nature, attributes are there, height, weight, so many attributes, 1 or 2. So many attributes are there. And so much of vikara. Adi sollave venda swami. Always changing vikara. Agama booked ticket is booked. Already has come, it is ready to go. Can you deny any one of the point from these 5 features? That is why it is object. Look at that body as Om act. Sense organs, Om act. Every object, Om act. Then what about Atma? Quite opposite. Adrishyatvam, Abhautikatvam, Nirgunatvam, Nirvikaratvam, Anagamapayitvam. It does not come under Om act. It does not come under Om act. I, the subject. Turi Atma is not an object. I am the witness, consciousness, the subject. Then I, the Atma, the subject, I am not a material, not made out of Panchabhutas, not belong to Prakriti. I am non-material. Abhautikatvam. Therefore, I am free from gunas. I don't have sattva guna, rajo guna, tamo guna. or form, shape, color, Adi, Turiya, Atma is free from all attributes. Therefore, Nirgunatvam is my nature. My nature means lower I or higher I. Why? You can claim that higher I, OC, original consciousness, I am. But to claim that I am OC, I need RC. I need RM. With the help of RM, body, mind, medium, and RC alone, I can claim I am OC. Understand? Therefore, I am Nirgunaha. I the subject. Nirvikaram. I the Atma, I am changeless. I was there before the creation. I am here at the time of creation. I ever will be there after the destruction of the creation. Therefore, Nirvikaratvam. No change at all. No Vyadhi, Jara, Marana, Janana, nothing. Na jayate, na mriyate va kadachid aham atma sada asmi sada bhami. I am always there. Nirvikaratvam. Anagama payitvam. No arrival, no departure. I am always there. That is why I am different from Anatma. Adrishyatvam, Abhautikatvam, Nirgunatvam, Nirvikaratvam, Anagama Payitvam. Home act is not relevant for me. I need not write exam. Okay? Passed anartha. Selected. Then what? This is the Atma nature, this is Anatma nature. 5 features we have understood. Now, this Atma Anatma Sambandha is Satya Mithya Sambandha, I said. What do you mean by Mithya? How many times we listen, we forget often, but we have to note, Mithya means that which borrows existence is called Mithya. Anatma is Mithya because it borrows existence from me, the Atma. Body, world borrows existence from me, every object borrows existence from me. Similarly, body also borrows existence from me, the consciousness. I lend existence to the body, I lend existence to the mind, I lend existence to the all objects. Therefore, I am the lender. World objects are all, body, mind also, they are borrowers of existence. That's why they are Mithya, uncountable. Mithya is that which is uncountable, which has got borrowed existence. Therefore, unreal. Therefore, Mithya. I am Satyam. This is Satya Mithya Sambandha. For that. Now, this is the foundation. So what, Swami? So what? Now, look at the first word. Vishwam Darpana Drishyamana Nagari. The first example Shankaracharya takes. This Mithya word is not there for Dvaita philosophers and Visishtadvaita philosophers. Dvaita Visishtadvaitins, they don't accept Mithya. For them, everything is Satyam. They have only Vyavaharika Satyam, Satyam, Satyam. Now, that Vishwam Darpana Drishyamana Nagari Tulyam. The example, let us see first. There is a mirror. In that mirror, suppose you keep mirror here, the whole Nagaram, big mirror you keep, and the whole city, Nagaram means city. City is appearing in the mirror. You look at the mirror, you see the city in the mirror. Darpanam means mirror. Vishwam, the entire universe, we keep the Vishwam later, we will see later. Darpana Drishyamana Nagari. These words only we have to see first. Then only we go to the Ashtanga. Darpana Drishyamana Nagari. Nagari, city. Drishyamanam, seen in the mirror. You are seeing in the mirror. This city which you are seeing in the mirror is real or unreal. The reflected city in the mirror is real or unreal? Say loudly. Unreal. To exist, the city to exist in this mirror, what is required? Mirror is required. Without mirror, city cannot be seen in the mirror. Mirror is required. If mirror sattve, city sattvam in that mirror. City, nagaram, you are seeing in the mirror, and the darpana nagaram is because of darpana or not? Because of darpana only. Because of mirror only the city is appearing. Therefore, the nagaram which you are seeing is unreal, but mirror is real. Mirror is real. That nagaram which you are seeing in the mirror is unreal. In that city which you are seeing in the mirror, which is unreal, there are houses, horses, animals, birds, so many are seeing. How many are seeing? So many are seeing in the whole nagaram, in the mirror you are seeing. Are they countable or not? Are they countable or not? Are they real or not? Unreal. As long as mirror is there, they appear. But that appearance is not real. They appear. They appear. Whatever is appearing is not real. In what they are appearing? In the mirror they are appearing. So mirror is the substratum. What are all appearing? They are all false. Appearances are all in the mirror, they are all false. Mithya. Mirror is satyam. All forms in the mirror are mithya. What relation is there between mirror and that city in the mirror? What relation is there between the mirror and the city in the mirror? Satya mithya sambandha. Mirror is satyam and city in the mirror is mithya. Therefore, mirror and city in the mirror, mirror appearance, all the city mirror objects are in the mirror, there are mithya. Because they have borrowed the existence from the mirror. Then only they are appearing. If mirror you remove, darpana sattve, nagari sattvam. Darpana abhave, nagara abhavaha. Dasmat nagarasya darpanameva karanam. Nagara astitva vishaye. In the mirror. Clear? Therefore, what sambandhana? Satya mithya sambandha. In that mirror nagaram, what you see? The front house, back house, front to back dimensions are there. All mirror is flat, but all the dimension, one person sitting, standing forward, another person standing behind. But in the mirror, what persons are there having back and front distance in the mirror? Do they have back and front and left right dimensions? You touch the mirror, all are in one line. But they are appearing front, back, lot of distance, but all in the mirror, three dimensions are all only an illusion. Three-dimensional appearance in the mirror, flat mirror, are they real? How much distance is there between that mirror, first person and back person? How much distance is there? In the mirror, no distance. That is why Satya Mithya Sambandha. Nagaram not there. Really, it is uncountable. More in the next class. Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.